Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for today's video. Today's going to be a lot of fun. I just want to sit down with you all, hang out, talk about some of my favorite guitars that I own, and share them with you all, okay? So let's just start, man. In no particular order, let's grab some friends. I've got this Solar 2.6 neon orange, and although it might not translate so well on camera, it's neon orange. It looks a little yellow, but yeah, A 2.6, and I put the signature Ryan Bruce Fishman pickup in the bridge. This guitar is heavily used on my new album that'll be out this year, and the main thing I use it for is the double drop C sharp split coil sound. So anytime I have my drop pedal just going all the way down to double drop C sharp, I love putting this guitar in single cut mode because the clank and the just gnarliness that you get with that sound is really fun to write with. Think of like the song Neck Brace or like the beginning part of Subtle Comeback. That's what this guitar is really good for. Another thing that's cool about this guitar is it kind of sparked my rebranding in terms of like aesthetics, because everything's kind of been orange for the better part of a year, and that's kind of because I found this guitar. I did a video buying this guitar, unboxing this guitar, and demoing this guitar, if you guys saw that all last year. And ever since then, man, yeah, this guitar doesn't get a ton of play, but when it does, man, whenever I need it for some low-tuned rhythm chugs and such, this guitar is used heavily. So yeah, man, this guitar used a lot on the new album coming up, my Solar A 2.6 Neon Orange. Up next, we have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Toro Select custom guitar from Balaguer Guitars. Very honored and thankful to be a part of the Balaguer Guitars artist roster. That's just such a cool accomplishment, and I'm just very proud of that. But this guitar I built to the day, actually, May 6th, 2021 on their online builder. So 2 years ago today, this guitar was created in my brain, and you know, here we are today talking about it. It's kind of cool, kind of funny how that works, right? This guitar has one flaw, and that is it does not have any sort of low-end rumble or chug at all. This guitar thrives off of its mid and high frequency kind of timbre and tone in this guitar. Almost all of the leads and solos on my new record were used exclusively with this guitar. This guitar has a 16-inch fretboard radius, which is incredibly flat, 25.5-inch scale, stainless steel frets, and it has one of the modern and or slim D shapes that Balaguer Guitars has to offer. And anytime I show this guitar to somebody, they grab it and they go like this. Huh. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's kind of comfy. Literally just every single time. This shape is like a half pipe. It's like very steep on the edges and very flat in the middle. So it looks literally just like a half pipe. It's kind of interesting. You know, I've never really seen a neck profile like that. So yeah, this guitar, very fun to play. Sounds great for leads. Shreds like nobody's business. Screams like nobody's business. But it just doesn't have a lot of low end. It's just very interesting, man. Another thing that's interesting about this guitar is I didn't put a forearm contour here. It's a very flat body, if you notice. And that makes me have to play it a little bit differently. I'm kind of bummed that I didn't put a forearm contour here because it's so flat and it kind of hurts my arm to kick it all the way out here. So I kind of have to like tackle it from a little bit lower so it's not as like I have an abrasive angle on my like traps and shoulders and such. So it's kind of like almost like a telly or something like that. So I have to play it a little bit differently, and it just creates like, I don't know if better's the word, but just different leads that come out of me, and I have to play differently and it sounds differently. It's a very interesting and unique guitar for that. So, yeah, man, all the leads and solos on this beautiful, beautiful guitar. I haven't even talked about how cool it looks, dude. Two final things I'll bring up. I don't know how well it'll translate right here. I don't think you guys can see it. I'll try to take a B-roll shot. But this guitar is about 1.5 years old, and the neck finish, whatever it is, I don't know. It's like a satin finish, but that's kind of wearing off and getting down to the actual like next layer and or bare wood. And that's kind of cool, man. You know, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily like that, and I think I'm here for it because I like wearing things in. And anything that relics faster naturally, I'm all for it, man. So this guitar is getting worn in nice and good, dude. And I've only had it for like 1.5 years, and played a couple gigs with it and such, both solo and with some other bands. But yeah, man, just a really, really fun guitar to shred on a little bit, or at least try to, right? Up next, up next we have an old friend, my vintage modified Squire Baritone Jazzmaster. This thing is so tried and true, and one of my most, I guess, recognizable and synonymous guitars with me personally. For you longtime viewers of this channel, for the better part of 3 years, this guitar has been all over my channel. It's kind of been taking a backseat lately, as baritone content kind of ran its course in like 2021 and early 2022 for me personally, but that's just because I did it to death, you know what I mean? Like, I was almost exclusively baritones for like 2 years. So I'm still writing in baritone land, drop F land, and a couple new tunes have been written on this guitar that'll be on the record as well. I've got about maybe like 30, 40 shows on this thing. It's been all over the country with me, literally. It's been dropped out of trucks and off of stages. It's been dinged up by me, You know, a lot. But yeah, dude, this thing just has a cool history with me. And this guitar is completely stock electronically. The only thing that I've done to it is added Gibson speed knobs, swapped out the black Baritone Jazzmaster that's in the other room's pickguard with this one, and put the Antigua one on the black one. So that's the only thing I've done. And then I also have put on some locking tuners from Amazon, but if you notice, I'm missing one. So I don't know where that went, but I guess that fell off in the last gig. So I got to go replace that. But yeah, you know, just par for the course. I've kicked this thing around a lot, and it's still here, and it's still, you know, doing its thing. So a lot of tunes have been written on this guitar, and a lot of new ones are still to come. So I'm really, really excited about that. Yeah, dude, love this thing. You knew this one was going to be on here. This is in fact my 2022 brand new Gibson Les Paul Custom Silverburst that I fixed myself with some glue and a C-clamp from Lowe's. This guitar already has like more history than a lot of my other guitars that I own. Basically, yeah, man, I bought this thing with a repaired headstock. It showed up to my house with the repaired headstock, unrepaired, and then I had a frustration and just kind of just anger. I just got a bunch of glue and just glued it myself and did it for 25 bucks. So, yeah, that was cool. And it's still, you know, holding up here for, you know, better part of a month and a half. A lot of people are saying, you know, oh, that's not going to hold, that's not going to last. And it may not, but I'm not pretending to be like anybody other than who I am. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to play the damn thing, and if it didn't work, I'd take it to a luthier anyway. So, like, I had nothing to lose. So, all that encompassing, man, yeah, this guitar kind of like already has a little bit of a story behind it. I've since swapped out the bridge pickup to a Steve Vai Utopia from DiMarzio that DiMarzio sent me. That was super kind of them, super rad. If you guys are sleeping on my content and haven't seen the videos with this guitar and that pickup, you should, because this guitar sounds super awesome. But yeah, man, I finally have a dream guitar. I've always wanted a Silverburst Les Paul Custom, and I got this one for a reasonable price considering what it was and what I had to do to it. But it's mine now, and it's working, and, you know, I hope I can live long enough to see this thing, you know, age 40, 50 years down the road from now when I'm like, you know, 75, 80, 85 years old, however old I'll be in 50 years, whatever. But yeah, man, just really, really happy to have this guitar. And ever since I've gotten it, all the other half of the album has been written with this guitar and almost recorded exclusively with this guitar in terms of the rhythms. This bridge pickup screams, dude. I know a lot of factors go into Steve Vai and his, you know, his playing, his tone and all that stuff. But like, I can certainly understand that it starts from these beautiful pickups that he's created with DiMarzio. They just scream and sustain for days, dude. So yeah, I really love the Utopia bridge. Very unique Les Paul already, and I've only had it for about 6 weeks, maybe a little bit more at the time of this filming, but really, really happy with it. You guys know that. Obviously, this one's going to be on the list, right? All right, up next we have another 30-inch baritone. This is the Firefly Baritone loaded with humbuckers. This is completely stock. No modifications have been done to this guitar at all. My mom got me this for my birthday a couple months ago for like 150 bucks, and they're completely sold out, and I don't even think they're on the website anymore, last I heard. But this guitar has made it on the record as well, and it's a completely different beast compared to the Baritone Jazzmaster in the sense that it just has so much fullness to it. Obviously, because it's not Jazzmaster pickups versus full-on, full-size humbuckers. That's the reason why this guitar is so much fuller, and for that, it's just a different entity altogether. So what you lose in terms of clarity and definition, you gain for just sheer fullness and, I don't want to say volume, not volume in terms of sound, but volume in terms of like density of a track, you know what I mean? Like, it just fills the space that much more. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, this guitar, dude, just completely stock. I will have to modify it someday in terms of, you know, maybe put in a new pickup, and maybe put in some of the Meshuggah Boys' pickups, whatever they use these days. I think that would be pretty cool, because this guitar is tuned down to drop F as well. Locking tuners would make sense, and then, you know, from there it's just kind of bonus. But apart from that, dude, yeah, really, really love this guitar. My mom got it for me. Very sentimental in that regard. So it's a cool guitar, man. 150 bucks. Can't beat it. And last but not least, let's bring one more guest on the channel. Let's go with the 1978 Gibson Les Paul Custom. What a time capsule. What a moment in time. What a relic, right? There's something magical and kind of weird about the New Orleans era Les Paul Customs and just New Orleans era guitars in general. I mean, 3-piece maple neck with a volute and kind of like a unique headstock angle. This is a 1-piece body, not a 3-piece, not a pancake. But I believe this is a 3-piece top, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 3-piece. Okay, so yeah, just like kind of like a unique time capsule for Gibson, right? Not to mention this thing weighs like 15 pounds. Like, not literally, but like it weighs like 10, 11 pounds. Anytime I've gigged with this thing in the local area, it's been fun, dude. Like, people say like, oh, they hurt your back and stuff. I feel like I feel like I have something in my hands, you know what I mean? Like, anytime I have a 10, 11 pound guitar on my neck, like, I feel ready, you know what I mean? Ready for what? I'm not sure, but like, it's a good feeling. I don't know. I kind of like it. But yeah, dude, I've had this guitar in my possession for almost as long as I've had a YouTube channel, honestly. I've had this guitar for 4.5 years. I've been doing this for just over 6 years. So the majority of the time, this guitar has been with me. And anytime I continue to just relic it myself and add pick mark scratches and, you know, all the above, man, it's just a lot of fun. I mean, we're slowly starting to see the effects of playing for 45 years. It's got some buckle rash. I bought it like that. The neck's all worn in and stuff like that. So, yeah, this guitar is slowly but surely kind of aging and getting into that territory, and I just can't wait to get it there, man. Just play it as much as I can. Now, in terms of modifications, it's not too stock. Kind of is, but not really. Got hip shot locking tuners. That's kind of a given, right? We have a roller bridge, and I don't even know how I feel about that, because, I don't know, man, just wanted to try something different. I was struggling with the tuning a little bit, and I don't know, I just wanted to see if maybe swapping out a bridge, putting a roller bridge on it would do anything. And I thought about making a dedicated video on it. I still might. Haven't really decided on how I want to make that video. But yeah, I've got a new bridge, and we have new frets. This thing's been refretted twice, actually. But in terms of like the main things, like the important things, the electronics are all completely stock. So I've thought about swapping out the bridge pickup like almost every single day since I've owned this thing. But it's still stock, you know, 4.5 years later, so I might keep it that way. But I don't know. I kind of really just want to make it more of my own. So I don't know. Up for debate right now. I'm not sure. It's still, you know, still stock 4.5 years later. So I'm obviously in no rush, but yeah, it is what it is, right? Yeah, everybody, this is one of my pride possessions, if not my pride possession. 78 Gibson Les Paul Custom Natural Finish. Love it, dude. So everybody, that's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to share some of my guitars with you guys and just hang out with you guys indirectly through sharing the things that I love, okay? Yeah, man, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk about my guitars, okay? With that being said, if you're brand new to my channel, kind of an interesting video to find me on, but if you want to subscribe, I'd really sincerely appreciate it. And I hope you guys just have a fantastic day, okay? So I'm going to get out of here. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy, stay metal too, why not? I'll see you guys next time. Later.